Introducing Next Gen 15, the new home of school rugby.
Well, where does this come from?
Covering everything the school game has to offer in both the north and southern hemispheres.
What a great tackle! It's not good enough. 1-2, skip a few and with the wheels.
Highlighting tomorrow's stars, Next Gen 15 will be bringing you live games and a regular update of all the news and in-depth views on the global game.
What a kick!
Where did he come from and how did that happen?
All your school rugby, all in one place. This is Next Gen 15.
Hello and welcome to Broadstreet RFC. We're on a slightly delayed start here for this incredible fixture, Wellington College against Sedbergh. A delayed start, sadly, due to an injury on the pitch behind us earlier on. That moved that game onto pitch 1 here at Broadstreet RFC. Harry Flint of Sedbergh, the man to sadly get a rather nasty looking injury. We wish him all the best. So we're slightly behind schedule here at Broadstreet RFC, but we are looking forward to things very much as these two get underway in the school's championship, and we'll go through the teams as the lads come out. You can see them emerging down the staircase, and I'll begin with Wellington College, who are led by fly half Rory Taylor, with Harry Ecclesall alongside him. At half back in the centres, it's that combination, isn't it? We've been so excited about them throughout this season. Harrison Hall and Lloyd McEwen-Peters, and in the back three, Ben Frampton, the vice-captain at fullback, Luke Anfield on the right, and Tyler Afire, son of Martin, on the left wing. Up front, well, Wellington College have had to make a lot of changes. They've had plenty of injuries, and in the front row it's Harmon Sanger, Dowie Simmons and Ralph Hawker, the vice-captain, who played at number 8 against Millfield in round 3, you might remember. In the second row, Wilf Morris is joined by Isaac Sprenger, who returns after missing that Millfield game and several others due to injury. And in the back row, Oliver Teague in his third position in the schools championship. He's played in the second row, he's played at number 8, he's in at blindside today. John T. Murray, so his third schools championship start on the open side, and Henry Busby making his debut in this competition at number 8. On the bench, Tom Taylor, Will Springer and Joseph Pym. Carl McDonald is the director of rugby. Sedbergh, well, they're led by England centre Ben Redshaw, and Luke Parry is his midfield partner. In the halfbacks, vice-captain Will Wootton, another England international, alongside Josh Harbour. And in the back three, Wilbur Blackham, Harvey Johnson and the electric Tom Burton, recently called into the England squad. Up front, Aidan Stewart, Johnny Hansen and Keita Ando. In the second row, another England international, Finn Baker, the other vice-captain, alongside Tommy Triggs. And in the back row, Charlie Turnbull, Ollie Glover, who was so good in that opening game of the season against Whitgift, wasn't he? And Kane James, the Welshman, at number 8. On the bench, Archie Ivans, Harry Gresswell, Jacob Butterid and Billy Burkett, plus a few lads who will be coming across from the second 15 game earlier on, which you may have seen. Fantastic result there for Sedbergh, 57-5 against Wellington College in that second 15 game. Director of rugby for Sedbergh is Simon Mulholland, the legend that is Simon Mulholland, one of the great schoolboy coaches. And not to give it too much of a plug, but if you tune into next week's Next Gen 15 podcast, perhaps Simon Mulholland will be among those that we debate as one of the options to coach our school's 15 of the decade. The teams are out here on the field at Broadstreet RFC. On the right-hand side of your screens there in the brown shirts are Sedbergh, that famous brown shirt, and on the left-hand side of your screens in the gold and black hoops of Wellington College. Two fantastic teams, and we have had some fantastic fixtures down the years between these two. In recent times it's gone the way of Sedbergh, but always by a narrow margin. You may remember Jonny McPhillips with a late penalty to win it, Tom Curtis then a few years later with a late conversion to win it, and then last year that sensational 32-all draw where Ben Redshaw, this year's skipper, announced himself on the school stage with those two glorious tries. But we are moments away from kickoff here at Broadstreet RFC. A huge thank you, by the way, to our sponsors this evening that have helped put this on Both schools have come together, worked really hard to get these live streams together this evening, and our partners, the Student Sport Company, Return to Play, Coach Logic, and Keeping Us Warm, Limitless Kit, have been absolutely superb in their generosity and in their efforts to get these games live streamed to you this evening from Broadstreet RFC. Rory Taylor, the England Under-18 international, has the ball in his hands for Wellington College. He's ready to go. Sedbergh are ready to go. The referee is ready to go. All he's got to do is blow his whistle. I think he's asking me for permission. You're good, sir. Off you go. And we're ready. Rory Taylor launches the ball high into the sky. But in this blustery Midland setting of Broadstreet RFC, the ball shoots out into touch from the kickoff, and we will begin the game with a scrum on halfway and a first test for these sets of front rows. Those of you that joined us earlier on for the second 15 game will know already that that was uncontested because Wellington College only have 4 senior front rowers available to them. So this first scrum, a big test for them. Aidan Stewart from America and Kato Ando, who's a Scottish qualifier for Sedbergh. Ralph Walker, the vice captain of Wellington College, has a big responsibility on his shoulders, doesn't he? It's a big early shove from Sedbergh, and off the base of the scrum they go with Kane James, and they move it wide early on out to the right wing. Precise passing, the hallmark of Sedbergh School Rugby, and we see it early on here as Finn Baker goes charging into contact. Ralph Hawker doing really well to meet him there. Sedbergh now in the hands of the elusive Burton. He's an absolute wizard, is the young fullback, but he's tackled really well by Harrison Hall. Does well not to get driven into touch, does Burton. James into contact. Tackled really well actually by Oliver Teague.
Move!
Wind is absolutely howling across now.
5 away. Move away.
Here at Broadstreet, but it's a penalty to Sedbergh. And what will they do with this early one? It looks as though Redshaw's going to go to the corner. But it's kept in superbly by Wellington College. But a loose pass, is that one going to dribble out?
It's carried back, scrum.
It does indeed, and rather than a line out on the 5, Sedbergh are going to have a scrum on the 5. A really good effort from Wellington College to keep that one in field, but the pass not quite going to hand and ending up giving Sedbergh more than they could probably have hoped for. Brilliant skill to keep the ball in field, but the pass not quite going to hand. So Sedbergh, well, we saw what a big shove they got in that first scrum. And now an opportunity 5 metres out to launch the strike move. Will Wootton, the scrum half, an England international,
Bind!
with the ball in his hands. Look out for Ollie Glover there on the open side as well in that South African scrum cap. He was a real force against Whitgift earlier in the season. Kane James picks up and goes blind. Big physical carry from the number 8. Held just short though by Wellington College.
Off your hands.
And across the line goes Sedbergh, an early try. And it's that man, Ollie Glover. Well, we mentioned him just a moment ago, and he's barreled across the line. Ollie Glover with the opening score of the game, and it all came from that Kane James charge off the base of the scrum. Tyler Afire did what he could, forced him back in field, held up short. But Glover, with tremendous power off the base, reaches out and across the line, and that is the perfect start for Sedbergh. Ollie Glover there. Really powerful in both attack and defence, as Redshaw lands the conversion. Ben Redshaw played fullback through most of last year, but on the England Under-18 tour of South Africa this summer, spent some time in the centres, and it's in the centres that he's excelled this season for Sedbergh. But he is up against a big old test opposite him. Harrison Hall and Lloyd McEwen-Peters have been tearing up trees for Wellington College outside of their England fly half, Rory Taylor, this season. Taylor kicks off, keeps this one in field, blows a bit longer than he was expecting in this win, but it causes real problems for Sedbergh, who do well in the end to tidy it up through Harvey Johnson. Kane James, well, a carrying feature already in this game. And James with a big carry again there. Wootton passes it out. Looks like Sedbergh are going to try and play out from their own try line. Tommy Triggs with a big carry there. Wootton now to Redshaw. Redshaw tackled by McHugh-Peters. First real meeting of those two in the centres, and McHugh-Peters comes out better that time. And the first line out of the game be a Wellington College throwing at the line out. It is really breezy out there, difficult conditions. Line out is safely down the middle, but it's scrappy ball. Taylor. Down to Jonty Morace. Third start in 3 schools championship games for Jonty Morace. Picture of consistency on the Wellington College open side. How good is it, by the way, to see Isaac Springer back in the Wellington College second row? Really nasty broken finger for the second row. Missed a lot of game time because of that, just as he'd received the good news that he'd been called into the London Irish setup as well. So fantastic to see him out there. It's his teammate and now London Irish colleague Rory Taylor lines up the penalty and nails it. Wellington College closed the gap to 4 points. Sedbergh leading 7 points to 3. 6.5 minutes gone.
He's got the one. Can you get the one?
Just looking for a ball.
Okay, time guys.
These things happen. Kickoff collected by Wellington College. Morace takes it in.
Backwards. That one's forwards. Okay, boys, thank you. First one was fine, second was forwards.
We'll have a scrum down, forward pass. Sedbergh to put in.
So feet up to the side, please.
Will Wootton, I think, wanting that ball dried on the sidelines. It was a great first offload from Hawker, but wasn't quite gathered and the ball went forward through that. The offload, though, from Hawker was near perfection. Delightful to see.
Set!
Lots of open field then for Sedbergh to operate in. Off this scrum, they fire it into the hands of Josh Harbour, and now Redshaw out the back doesn't quite get a hand, so it has to be tidied up by Wilbur Blackham, who goes backwards but crucially keeps the ball in his side's possession. Big old clear out coming through from Wellington College there. Another rumble to Sedbergh. I think that was Kane James again, carrying so much in the early part of this game. And now goes Aidan Stewart. Met fantastically by Hawker. Hawker's going to have a big role to play tonight for Wellington College, you sense. Taking it to the line is Josh Harbour. Wootton now to Martin again. Aidan Stewart, rather.
Stay.
Glover scored a try already.
Move.
Happy to go.
Thank you.
Carry big there. Keep playing the same way to Sedbergh. Clear tactic there, but a clear big hit there from Lloyd McHugh-Peters. Redshaw steps in at first receiver.
Stay.
Ball spilled through Glover, but Sedbergh still keep the ball alive. Luke Parry playing at outside centre today, having begun the season on the wing against Whitgift. As it's stabbed through, Burton is chasing this. Burton gets it on the boot, and now Wilbur Blackham is chasing after it. Frampton tidies up. It's taken into touch. Oh, that was nearly magical again from Burton. The fullback capable of real magic, and we almost saw a bit of it there. Stabbed through by Wootton. This deft touch from Burton, and just knocked into touch. Tidy work from Blackham though to take Frampton into touch. Wellington College defending against the Sedbergh line-out, and Wootton fires a real bullet of a pass out into midfield. Glover now carries. Sedbergh playing with real zip through the hands, but Wellington College are defending really nicely at the moment, getting some big tackles in. The likes of Glover, such a threat on the carry. Redshaw now standing again at first receiver, almost getting his arms free.
Hands down, no more.
Kane James, another massive carry from the number 8. Wootton just has a little dart around the fringe. He's well tackled actually.
He's just knocked that forward, scrum.
And I think that was Isaac Sprenger making the tackle there.
Relax, relax, relax. Come here. Come here. So first of all, you're shouting at me that breakdown, and then you get involved. Definitely more for you this game. We scrum, yeah. Rory.
Scrum down.
Rory.
Wellington College ball.
No more appealing from your players. The hands up the side of the rack. I do not want it. Okay.
Rain now coming down. You can see it slightly on your screens. It is tough out there this evening. Very windy and increasingly wet.
Crouch! Bind!
Wellington College have the put in.
Set!
Ecclesall at scrum half. Started on the bench against Millfield.
7, stop! Stop!
Here from the start against Sedbergh. It's a huge kick from Rory Taylor. Oh, it's delightfully kept in by Burton though. That's wonderful play from the young fullback after an equally brilliant kick from Rory Taylor. And now Sedbergh are looking to play out from their own try line. James carrying again.
Stay on front. Brown, stop.
Kicks a bit skew-whiff though into the hands of Anfield on the right wing for Wellington College. A real opportunity for Wellington College here. Ball is loose. And a penalty for Sedbergh.
You can't dive with an emerging ball. You cannot dive with an emerging ball.
And they escape there, and that's one of those technical rulings. You've got to wait until the ball is more than a kind of a metre or so from the ruck before you can dive on it. You can't dive on a ball that's squirting out of the ruck.
7.
And Sedbergh earn a reprieve.
If I stop, don't fall slowly.
You see there, the ball emerges from the ruck. You can't dive on that emerging ball. And an argument to say that there was a player from both sides diving on it, but I guess the referee's got to make a decision one way or the other, hasn't he?
Okay, Sedbergh in set. In set, please. Push 9.
Some serious ball drying going on from the Sedbergh hooker, Jonny Hansen.
Yeah.
Played at Loosehead against Whitgift in the hooker this evening.
One Sedbergh.
Ball comes to a halt, so Will Wootton's going to need to use this.
Go, please.
And he does. Feeds Redshaw. Redshaw gets a little half break in, but he's eventually snagged. And it's a penalty, Wellington College. And I dare say that Rory Taylor might just fancy another crack at the post here. Well, and of course, as soon as I say that, Taylor goes, I think I'm going to go to the corner, actually. And finds a pretty decent touch. And over the ball there, that's really, really tidy work. Jonty Moraes, we've mentioned him a couple of times already. getting himself over that ball, earning his side a penalty. Wellington College with a real opportunity here. Line out just about on the 22. We're just waiting for a ball. Gives me a time to just mention one of tonight's sponsors, Limitless. You can see up there by your scoreboard, Limitless, the sportswear arm of School Blazer, #1 sportswear brand in independent schools. Their goal is for every young person to develop an active, healthy lifestyle. They understand comfortable, well-footed, high-performance kit is vital to building a lifelong sporting confidence. And thank you very much to Limitless for keeping us warm and keeping this stream on this evening as Wellington College get on the charge and get close to the line now. A real opportunity for the Berkshire side. They go out to Taylor and McHugh Peters on the charge there. Eckersall had a little dart. And now Sanger moves close. Ralph Hawker now has a go. Inches short. Jonty Morace now met by Glover. Out the back now they go. Taylor to Harrison Hall. Harrison Hall now moves it across to Wilf Morris, who's just short. He's not just short, the referee says it's across the line, and Wilf Morris earns a try for Wellington College. Puts his side into the lead. They were knocking on the door and it was this, out the back, Taylor, fast hands to Harrison Hall, who tied in 3 defenders, and Wilf Morris stepping back on the inside and getting the ball down on the try line, the referee says, to put Wellington College 8-7 in front with the Rory Taylor conversion to come. Taylor makes no mistake with that conversion, slots it through, and Wellington College now lead 10 points to 7. And while we wait for the ball to come back, another chance to say thank you to someone supporting tonight's stream, the Student Sport Company, providing a free service to help students from all over the world to pursue their sporting ambitions and education in the UK. Working with a wide range of independent boarding schools and universities, they can offer advice to any age of student who wishes to play rugby and study in the UK. You can contact them on their website today to see what opportunities they can find you. That's the Student Sporting Company. A big thank you to them for helping out with tonight's action. And it's a penalty from the restart for Wellington College. Sedbergh just taking the man out in the air. Nothing too bad in it, just a penalty. But Wellington College got their tails up now. It was a really fast start from Sedbergh, that Ollie Glover try, I apologise. But since then, Wellington College have just knocked and knocked on the door. That Taylor penalty, and now that Morris try with the conversion has them with a 3-point lead, and that penalty now has moved them into Sedbergh territory. Kane James just too early. He wasn't really taken out in the air, he was just tackled a long time before he even went up in the air.
Check, get him up. Watch it, Aiden. Yes.
Line out poached by Finn Baker for Sedbergh.
Good lad. Go forward, somebody.
Josh Harbour thumps it long and finds a bit of space. Taylor's in the backfield though. Taylor turned over.
Here you go.
Big opportunity that. Redshaw goes quick from the penalty. Sedbergh, well, they were looking to get it through the hands, and now I think they take it in through Finn Baker there. Wootton to Harbour. Harbour out the back, has to be tidied up by Ollie Glover. He's more than happy to do that sort of work though.
Move. Thank you. No impact.
That slippy ball though is causing problems for both teams, making life really tricky on the handling front. Redshaw sees a bit of space though. Oh, he's so unfortunate there. If that ball had just sat up, Redshaw was in.
No.
As it is, Wellington College have possession, But again, the slippy ball is spilt, and it's a Sedbergh scrum. And it's a tough one to see on your screens, but the weather out there is pretty shocking. And that ball very, very slippy.
Crouch! 8. Bite! Come on, boys! Set!
Long pause between bind and set on that scrum.
Use the ball, backwards.
But it's tidy enough. Kane James has it for Sedbergh. Now they go the other way and open it up to the back line. Luke Parry, a good carry in the midfield. Wootton has a little dart around the fringes. Wootton finding a bit of space.
No.
Ball squirts loose though, and it's picked up by Ecclesall. Wellington College back in possession. And Peters plays scrum half.
Stay.
Ecclesall back on his feet now to Taylor, out to Sanger, but Sanger had the heat coming in on him there. So Wootton to Glover. Glover short to Redshaw. Not Redshaw, in fact. It's in fact Jonny Hansen. Wootton to Harbour. Harbour stoops to pick it up and then feeds Burton. Burton with the big dummy and then a huge tackle from Tyler Afire. That's got the crowd on that far side taking notice. Penalty Wellington College. Over the ball there, the number 8, Henry Busby. And I don't know if you can hear it on the live stream, but on that far side, after that huge Tyler Afire tackle, they are chanting his name. Sedbergh keep that penalty infield though. Harvey Johnson tried to go around the outside, eventually is bundled off into touch around about the halfway line. Look at this tackle from Tyler Afire. Burton tried to do it with the eyes. Tyler Afire says no, not this time, mate.
No, not now. We agree, not now.
Tidy line-out ball for Wellington College. Gliding through the hands they go. Interestingly, for that play, Wellington College switched their wingers. It's Luke Anfield taking it off the left wing with Tyler Afire stationed on the right. Now he's trotted back to his more familiar left wing territory. Sanger takes it in.
Off the foot, play on. Stay on side. Stop, 7.
Taylor with another massive kick into that corner, but it goes straight out. The wind is so strong here. It looked as though Taylor had put in the most perfect 50-22, but such is the strength of the wind that it just drifted into touch. And Sedbergh, having faced a potential Wellington College line-out inside their own 22, now have a line-out of their own just shy of Wellington College's 22.
Okay.
Tidy ball from the line-out. Sedbergh set them all up, but Wellington College have got a good early drive. Sedbergh start to wheel it to the right-hand side though and find a little bit of room for manoeuvre.
Guys.
Ball is at the back there. Kane James is going digging for it. Now he's got it tucked under that left arm. Now I think in the hands of Jonny Hansen behind him. Wootton decides he's going to take control, does he? Referee's telling him to use it. But Sanger's come through and ripped it, has he? No, he hasn't. Well, he has, but he's not done it legally. So Wootton goes quickly with the penalty. Fires it out wide to Luke Parry. Parry's pass just doesn't quite get a hand, but it's tidied up by Harvey Johnson. McEwen Peters with the tackle on him. Wootton goes blind. Oh, what a wonderful take that is from Tom Burton, falling to the floor as he took it. James, ever the willing carrier. That's so brave, as well as the ball spills off his foot, goes diving on it. Taken in this time by Tommy Triggs. Wootton feeds
Move,
Jonny
Seven!
Hansen.
What was that?
Now Wootton again goes darting through, makes half a yard or so. Now Hansen again. Big shot that from Wellington College. Sedbergh inching ever closer to the line. From this kind of position is where Ollie Glover scored right at the start of the game.
Stay. Use.
It's going to be Charlie Turnbull having a go here.
Backed off.
Getting ever
Back
closer.
up. Thank you.
Oh, Sedbergh. Charging towards the line. Big carry that time from Keita Ando.
Stay. Good.
Ollie Glover, the try scorer. Just short.
Backwards, backwards.
Ball is spilled but goes backwards, says the referee.
No
Not quite
hands.
sure what side it is. Back on the Wellington College. No, back on Sedbergh side. Now they go wide, do they? Yes, find a bit of space. Burton, big wide pass out to Wilder Blackham. But into touch they go. Wellington College survive. Great defensive set from Wellington College. Huge tackle coming in. Lloyd McEwen Peters, the Yorkshire Academy man. That is outstanding defensive effort.
Okay, one's gone, yeah? Okay, thank you. Good to go.
I said he's been a
Time's
force all season.
Yeah.
And you just saw a little snippet of it there.
Okay, here we come, boys. Let's go. In, please.
Wellington go to the middle, but Sedbergh closed the gap, so it's a free kick to Wellington College. Around about 7 or 8 minutes left to go in the half as the referee marches Wellington back 10 metres. Still a free kick though. Taylor sends that one beyond the halfway line. That's a great kick from that angle from Rory Taylor. The England under-18 fly half, making his third start in this competition.
When we get a stoppage. Ben, when we get a stoppage.
It's a free kick though, so it's a Sedbergh line out. They bring it down well, set up the maul again. This time the maul has a bit of momentum about it early on. Rumbling forward they go past the halfway line.
Broken away.
They break away through the hooker, Jonny Hansen. Hansen back inside to Glover. Glover is well tackled there. Great chasing back from Roy Taylor. And a penalty to Sedbergh, to Wellington College rather. Great cover from Taylor. And then Dowie Simmons poaching the ball, earning the penalty for his side, and Taylor with a magnificent touch finder to take Wellington College beyond the halfway line. That is a beautiful kick from Taylor. It was wonderful mauling from Sedbergh. They broke away through Hansen. Glover was there on his inside, but look at that, Taylor comes out of nowhere, and first man on the scene is Dowie Simmons, the hooker. earning the penalty for his side. And the next job for Simmons is to launch the ball into this line-out. Successfully does so as well. Tidy ball for Wellington College. Ralph Hawker, the prop who played number 8 against Millfield, remember, but he's met with real force by Kane James, who is having some game so far, the number 8 for Wellington College, for Sedbergh.
Move! Okay.
Penalty Wellington College, Sedbergh not rolling away. Eckersall had a little half a think about going quick, but I suspect Taylor, one way or another, is going to kick this, and he calls for a shot at goal. And this is a long, long way out. If anyone was under any doubt as to the kicking prowess of Rory Taylor, it was in the confidence that he called for a shot at goal there. He is a full 46, 47, maybe even 48 metres out. Not too much of an angle for him, but there is a bit. This for a 6-point lead. Taylor strikes it. It's got the distance. Has it got the direction? Yes, it does. Rory Taylor, what a kick. What a kick from Rory Taylor. Puts Wellington College 13-7 ahead. Just over half an hour gone. Remember, 35 minutes a half at under 18 level, so we are nearing half time rapidly. The restart goes straight out from Sedbergh. Wellington College with a bit of a sense of momentum about things now. They're going to have a scrum down on the halfway line. Attacking opportunities either side.
Time's off.
Referee just blows time off while Armin Sanger does his lace up. Gives me a quick chance to say thank you to another of tonight's sponsors that have done so much alongside the two schools to get this game on this evening. Return to Play, our medical partners, doing such fantastic work in helping with injury management in schools up and down the country. Particular expertise in head injuries, which of course are just so important at the moment. We saw that unfortunate injury for Harry Flint on the pitch behind us, of course, that delayed kickoff here on this pitch, and that sort of thing only highlights how important the work of return to play is and what they're doing with schools. Penalty Wellington College, and Eckersall goes fast. Met really well by the Sedbergh defence though. Caterando making a real nuisance of himself at that last ruck. Kewan Peters takes it short off Taylor, carrying Jonty Moraes. Jonty Moraes does really well there to bash through that tackle. Taylor now looks to the inside. It's a good line that from Frampton. Up to the 10-metre line now at Wellington College. Working through the forwards, and Oliver Teague, high tackle on him, so it's another penalty to Wellington College. And you've got to think that Taylor, surely after that last effort, is going to go for the sticks again. But of course, no sooner do I suggest that than Taylor decides he's going to go to the corner. I should stop trying to second guess these fly halves. Taylor goes to the corner then, and Wellington College have a chance to try and work something to score their second try of the game. Wilf Morris got there first in response to that Ollie Glover try. Going to go and use the back line. Taylor to Hall. Hall takes it into contact, and Hall is almost through. Hall charging towards the try line. Just driven back at the last by the Sedbergh defence. Harrison Hall inches short. But a counter ruck from Sedbergh. Oh, brilliant work from Ollie Glover, and Kane James breaks away now Ollie Glover with a one-man rescue job on his own try line for Sedbergh.
Stay. Use, please.
Wootton to Caterando. Oh, that was just superb on his own try line from the Sedbergh open side. Kane James, how good has he been as well, carrying over and over again.
That's the half if you want it.
This is the final play of the half. Redshaw to Burton. Burton out wide to Harvey Johnson. Johnson steps back in field. Good decision from the right winger.
Down, please.
Wootton to Baker. Baker met but
No,
keeps control of the ball. Harbour moves the ball wider. Now he sticks it on the boot. Goes out, and that'll be half time. And what a half of rugby here at Broadstreet RFC. There is so little to choose between these two after that opening 35 minutes. Wellington College have the lead, 13 points to 7, recovering from a very early Sedbergh score. A try and 5 points, or 8 points rather, from the boot of Rory Taylor. Wellington College lead at half time, 13 points to 7 here at Broadstreet RFC. All started just a couple of minutes into the game. Kane James breaking off the base of the scrum, and it was Ollie Glover from close range that absolutely barged across the line. Ben Redshaw landed the conversion to make it 7-0, but a Rory Taylor penalty made it 7 points to 3, and then Taylor with the fast hands fed Harrison Hall, who found Wilf Morris, who found his way across the try line. And that try there put Wellington College 8 points to 7 ahead, and when Taylor converted it was 10-7. And then with just a couple of minutes left to play, Taylor landed a 47-metre penalty to send the two sides in at half-time. Wellington College leading Sedbergh 13 points to 7 here at Broadstreet RFC. Welcome back to Broadstreet Rugby Club. Wellington College leading Sedbergh 13 points to 7. Sedbergh have been out here on the halfway line waiting for a couple of minutes now. So you got to think they might have a little bit of chill in the legs, because I tell you what, it is a freezing cold night here at Broadstreet RFC. The rain has been coming in, the wind is howling across the pitch. Wellington College have been in the shed staying nice and warm. Sedbergh have been out here waiting. Will that have an impact at half time? Wellington went in 13 points to 7 to the good. Can Sedbergh turn that around in the second half, or will Wellington College get a first victory in this fixture since 2013? All is to be revealed over the course of the next 35 minutes.
Time off. Take your time.
And we're going to have an early break in play here for a bit of a head knock, I think. Which gives me an opportunity to bring you word from one of our partners, Limitless, who are keeping us warm and dry on these cold evenings. Limitless is the sportswear arm of School Blazer. They're the #1 sportswear brand in independent schools. Their goal is for every young person to develop an active, healthy lifestyle, and they understand that comfortable, well-fitted, high-performance kit is vital to building a lifelong sporting confidence. Well, it's only just gone half-time, but a bit of a knock here for Lloyd McEwen-Peters just means we've got a bit of a break in play here. But a wonderful opportunity, isn't it, for Wellington College? Their last victory in this fixture, 14 points to 10, way back in 2013. Since then, we've lost a couple of games, once in 2016 to a mumps outbreak in Sedbergh of all things, and of course 2020 due to COVID. But it's been largely nip-tuck. 2014, 37-34 to Sedbergh. 2015, 20 points to 18. 2018, 17 points to 15. And of course last year, that stunning 32-all draw. Feels as though it's probably going to be a little lower scoring than that this evening between the two sides, but I'll tell you what, it may well be just as close. Just 6 points separating the two sides here at the start of the second half. Rory Taylor's boot, really the difference between the two. 2 penalties and a conversion from the England fly half. Under 16 level last year though. Sedbergh won this 30 points to 10. So that first 15 result last year of a draw, featuring this year's upper sixth, and that under 16 result last year featuring last year's lower sixth, or this year's lower sixth rather.
Guys, I've actually asked to get you off the field, so please give you a field.
You would think.
Guys, you can't be off the field. You've got medic here, that's his job.
Means that Sedbergh have the slight advantage. And in terms of results this season, you'd think that Sedbergh have the slight advantage as well, but Wellington College so far
that's it, behind the barrier, please.
Showing real grit and determination.
Behind the barrier. Yeah, just let you know, I've removed the coach.
Referee unhappy about the coaches being on the field.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, okay?
Unusually pernickety, but hey ho, he's the boss.
Definitely over TMO. No, I'll deal with it now.
I think Will wouldn't. They're asking for a TMO review. We can do a lot of things here at Next Gen 15, but I'm not sure we can provide a TMO service just yet. This is, after all, still schoolboy rugby. Couple of lads down then, just knocking around. Of course, the winner of this one very likely to go to the top of the table in the schools championship. Wellington College 2 points off the lead. Millfield went to top spot after that incredible performance against Whitgift on the weekend. But with 3 points for a win, Wellington College would supersede them. Sedbergh are 4 points off the lead, so a bonus point victory for them. Could nudge them into top spot, or at least level on top with Millfield. All to be revealed over the course of the next 35 minutes. And lots coming up over the course of the next few days as well. Please join us 2:15 tomorrow. Seaford College against Hurstpierpoint College. The Sussex Derby, that should be an absolute cracker. 2:15 kick-off tomorrow. And then on Saturday, well, how about this for a big game? 2:20 p.m, Clifton College against Blackrock College. One of, if not the best team in England right now, Clifton College, going up against arguably the most famous side, not just in Irish schools rugby, but in all of schools rugby. Blackrock College produced so many wonderful, wonderful players at Blackrock College. And they go head to head with Clifton College, 2:20 p.m. on Saturday. And sadly, at the end of all that, we've lost some wonderful players from this game of rugby here. Ben Redshaw, the Sedbergh captain, has come off with a bang to the chin, it looks like. And Lloyd McEwen-Peters has gone off for Wellington College, so we're shorn of two of the brightest stars in either side. A real shame, and we wish both of them well. Certainly in the case of Redshaw, there's a possibility he may come back on. It might just be that it's a bit of blood. I couldn't quite make it out from my particular angle. McEwen-Peters, sadly, but correctly, will not be returning to the field. This was most definitely a bump on the head. We restart then with what is effectively the beginning of the second half, with a scrum down Wellington College ball. Will Wootton to put the ball in. Set. The England under-18 scrum half. And Wellington College get a good nudge on. Wootton has a look down the blind side. Not a lot on offer for him, but he still manages to find a way to get across the 22. That's electric from Will Wootton. Kane James, what a first half he had, and James beginning where he left off in that first half, carrying big.
Three, thank you.
Sedbergh working around the fringes. They've made a few subs, have the men in brown. See if I can keep you up to speed with what they were.
Short.
Which does involve me trying to work out Simon Mulholland's handwriting.
Got advantage, Brian.
Among his many qualities, sadly handwriting is not one of them. He's got a great many others though, and Sedbergh have got a great many qualities as well as they work towards the left-hand side. Almost there is Luke Parry, but just short is he. Held up, says the referee. I think he's going to have a chat with his touch judge. No, he wasn't. Try time, Sedbergh. Luke Parry gets across on the left-hand side. They've lost their skipper, but his centre partner gets across the try line and puts Sedbergh back in touch in this game. Powerful bit of work from Luke Parry. And the referee and the touch judge working together to say that he got that ball across the line. It's a tricky conversion. Redshaw, of course, was on kicks earlier on, so we're just going to try and work out who it is. On kicking duty might well be Josh Harbert, fly half. There he is, Luke Parry, the try scorer. Some good effort on the kick. A very good effort on the kick. The skipper might be off, but Sedbergh are back in front here at Broadstreet, and it was Josh Harbert landing that kick, the young fly half. Sedbergh back in the lead. Early tries in both halves, And they're 14-13 in front, and Ollie Glover is on the charge. Josh Harbour takes it into contact now. And another penalty to Sedbergh. Not rolling away with Whitgift. I'm going to try and update you on a couple of those subs as well. So we've got, by the looks of things, one of the players that I'd not accounted for. In 20, Birchall has come on. Billy Burkitt has come on wearing 20. I do apologise to Billy Burkitt. Baker brings it down in the line out. I've also spotted Archie Ivans in 16 has come on as well. Sedbergh Mall is marching forward. Brought down, they're playing with penalty advantage, so it's free ball to Sedbergh. Harbour out to the try scorer, Parry out the back now.
Stop playing advantage. Move.
Working it around. Wellington competing hard at that breakdown. But Sedbergh get it away. Kane James now carrying it in. Really good work in defence that from Wilf Morris. Physical stuff out there, but James has another go. Oh, he tries to get the offload away, ends up in Wotton's hands, and Wotton finds a bit of space. Wotton charging for the line.
Play on.
He might regret having a second go there because the Wellington pack has surrounded him to try and hold him up. Referee has called maul. And it's a scrum down Wellington College ball.
Successful scrum double.
Well, Wotton picked up that offload brilliantly, made a great charge for the line. Tried to go again, ended up getting held up by almost the entire Wellington College pack in the end. So it's a scrum down on their own try line to Wellington College. We've got another little delay for an injury, I think.
Yeah, there's too many players. It wasn't the sack, it was the second. Yeah. The first man could
It's a chance to mention another of those companies that's helped so much to put this game on today. The Student Sport Company, providing a free service to help students from all over the world pursue their sporting ambitions and education in the UK. You can contact them on their website today to see what opportunities they can help find for you. Wellington scrum, 5 metres out.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Free kick, Wellington College.
Okay, boys, okay. We don't need you running in, boys. I know. Come on. Up we go. It's a free kick. Early.
Wearing 17 there for Sedbergh might be Jacob Buttrell. As Wellington College go quickly.
No, second go. Okay.
Eckersall to Hawker.
Play on. No, three.
Strong work from Hawker. Taylor, that's a big pass out to Tyler Afire. We know he has a lot of gas, but he steps in field. Perhaps wisely, just staying near his support. Up to his own 22.
Josh, everyone take a step.
Wellington College.
Play on.
Through Henry Busby. Having a go there.
Onside all.
Leave it to the middle.
Kick's coming.
Taylor wanted to get the kick away, but instead has to have a little run.
Listen.
Support your weight. Stay.
So Wellington still trying to break out from their own 22. Getting up to that 22 and now carrying through Jonty Moraes. Carried really well in the first half to the young open side. Ecclesall almost made some ground, but the ball was spilled. Parry now gathers, and the referee brings us back for a scrum.
You're never going that way anyway. Knock on, scrum. Yeah, just go switch to captain.
And I think we've got another little injury.
Time's off, it's an injury.
It's been a really tricky start to this second half for both sides, hasn't it? Very stop-start.
11 minutes gone.
A few bangs. Been a difficult one. But we have a real game on our hands, don't we?
Yes, correct.
43 minutes gone. Sedbergh leading 14 points to 13.
Yeah.
We said these games almost always end up close. And I'll tell you what, it is game on for another close one here today.
Always in front. They're clearly obstruct, there's no entry, yes, but there's clearly an entry now. Okay. Knock on, scrum, timber ball, time's back on.
Good news is, Jonny Hansen
Sorry, time's still off,
is fit and healthy. And good to go. And if memory serves, I think we're restarting with a scrum. By the looks of it though, Wellington College number 8, Henry Busby,
We all good, boys?
is going off.
Okay, here we go, scrum, timber ball, knock on. This one.
Haven't quite seen who's come on, but I think it might well be Tom Taylor that will come on. I'll try and keep you abreast of that.
Crouch!
So we restart with a scrum. Sedbergh leading Wellington by a mere point here at Broadstreet.
Set! Hold!
Cracker of a game so far.
Use the ball.
Wootton fires it out to the backs. Buttrell feeds it to Harbour, gets it to Burton, gets it out now to the new man on the left wing.
No! Second go. Back.
There is Harry Gresswell, the new man on the
Stay
left
on,
wing.
straight by yellow.
It's the hands now of Archie Ivans. Ivans making great ground, not held. Archie Ivans still going.
Move, thank you. Backwards.
Ball spilled backwards. Burton tidies up. And again we stop
You're going to run into him. I can't let you play.
for another injury. Be a scrum Sedbergh when we restart.
You should be in the way.
We just can't quite seem to get this second half going, can we?
Yeah. You on for him. Okay. You off. Who's off? He's just been subbed. Oh, okay.
Who wants to hold the water bottle?
Here we go, boys. Time's on. Scrum, silver ball.
Back underway then with the scrum. Sedbergh with a real platform here.
Crouch!
Scrum down just inside the 22, just on the right hand side.
Set!
They've absolutely stacked the open side, and Tom Burton, the fullback, is the lone man on the blind side, but they do go open. Josh Harbour gets it to Jacob Buttrell. Buttrell, well, he's the man that tells you everything you need to know about this this Sedbergh school strength and depth. On the bench is Buttrell.
He's not supporting his weight.
He's part of the Newcastle Falcons setup and has done some stuff with England under 17 as well. Just shows you the extraordinary depth here at Sedbergh as Kane James goes close. James across the line, and James, well, if anyone has deserved a try, it's Kane James, and, well, I'll tell you what, do you think it means something to him? I think it might just do. Kane James, he's carried like a machine all day, and the Welshman scores his side's third try of the game, takes it off the base, and this is what he's done all night, just physical, abrasive carrying, so difficult to put down, and he just barges his way over the try line for Sedbergh's third try of the game. And it might have been a stop-start-start to this second half. Got to say that 3 times fast, eh? But Sedbergh have found a way to score 2 tries and have a 19 points to 13 lead with a conversion to come. And after getting that touchline conversion, you've got to think Josh Harbour's odds on to get this one as well. Strikes it very nicely indeed. Does Josh Harbour, and Sedbergh now have a 21 points to 13 lead. More than a converted try in front with pretty much bang on 20 minutes to go. Superb work to the guys and girls in our OB van, trying to keep track of time, because this has been a tricky second half for doing that.
Play on.
Wellington College claimed the kickoff though. That's brilliant. What a response to the try. Sanger carries it in, met with real force. Harrison Hall having to do a lot of work in the absence of his partner McEwen Peters.
No.
Ben Frampton taking that one in, I think. Not seen much action yet this second half as the fullback. Bit of numbers around the corner here for Wellington College, but the ball is loose and in Sedbergh hands now. So down this left-hand side they go in the space for the Sedbergh charge to come through. Herring after it is Blackburn, but Tyler Afire tidies up.
No.
Afire's wheels coming into effect in the defensive end of the play. On that occasion, Wellington trying to find a bit of space to make some sort of exit here.
Ball's there, you're pushing it into him. If you push it into him, we're not going there.
Taylor.
Yellow, stop,
clear. Keeps the ball in field. So Sedbergh are going to look to counter. It's in the hands of Burton, who is such a threat. Burton just stabs it through. There's a bit of grass there. Who's going to win the race? The ball wins the race, just into touch.
Let's go, Kaiser!
Tyler Afire just getting there ahead of Wilbur Blackham.
Okay.
How crucial could that intervention be come the end of this game? Just 8 points between the two sides.
Sedbergh, step off, please. Brown, step off. Brown, step off.
Dowie Simmons to throw into the line-out. Goes over the back.
Backwards.
Oh, it's really well tidied up there at the tail by Wellington College, and Ralph Hawker is on hand to finish the job.
Off your feet. You're on your knees.
And Sedbergh go off their feet, so it's a penalty and an escape for Wellington College. Rory Taylor.
Off feet.
We saw some wonderful kicks from him in the first half. He's playing into a howling gale now in the second, so he can't quite find the same sort of distance,
Okay, we'll have time off him.
but still gets his side out a little bit.
On you, yeah.
Up to about the 10-metre line,
Press him up, boys.
which does feel somewhat generous from the touch judge, it has to be said. But he is an independent touch judge, to be fair. And time off for another injury. Looks as though Josh Harbour is being held from the field there. Meanwhile, in the foreground, I think Isaac Springer's got a spot of cramp, is it? I think that might be Springer on the floor.
Okay.
Well, it's all go here.
Time's on. There's your mark, end of the line, please.
Round about 17 minutes to go. Wellington College with the line out on their own 10-metre line.
That's great.
Not straight at the line out though, so Sedbergh will have the scrum.
9, scrum or line? Line up there, scrum here. Scrum cause. Wasn't hard. 2 options.
Will Wooten spending some time thinking about whether he wanted a scrum or a line out there. Settles on the scrum, I think wisely, given the breeze. Incredibly difficult conditions for the 2 hookers.
Come on, boys. Crouch!
Archie Ivans is slotted in a hooker now, with Jonny Hansen going
Set.
off with that knock.
Okay, you hold
Here
your
on the
weight,
near
don't
side,
step it off, please.
another
Here we
new
go,
man.
again.
Harry Gresswell on the blindside flank.
Come on, boys, not been an issue so far. Crouch! Bind! Set! Hold, hold. Use the ball.
Ball at the back, Wooten. Feeding this back line of Sedbergh's that is such a threat.
No, no, no!
Competing really hard at the breakdown, Wellington College, but illegally so, says the referee, as Wooten goes quick and stabs it over the space in that backfield, and Blackman is after it. Blackman doesn't quite win the race. Frampton just got there in time and earns his side the penalty. Blackman didn't release in the tackle. Taylor try and get this as far as he can, but it is so difficult with the breeze out there. I think only now we're realising quite what difficulties Sedbergh faced in the first half.
1-1.
Because Wellington College certainly finding it really tough to get out of their own third of the field. Such is the wind that is howling into their faces. Scrappy line-out ball, but goes Wellington's way, does it? Referee says there's dummy jumps, it's a free kick, Whitgift. Free kick, Whitgift, that tells you how cold it is. Whitgift aren't even playing. Free kick, Sedbergh. Goodness me.
Thanks, Eddie. Free kick, free kick. Go.
Wooten takes the free kick short to his forwards.
Okay, yeah,
Kane James, the try scorer,
here we go.
always seems to make yards, doesn't he? Cater Ando has a go this time.
No, short. On the line, step.
Sedbergh digging away here. They're almost at the try line.
Back foot, please.
Almost up against the post there. Harbour moves it wide, ball spills loose. But Sedbergh still in possession, held up, says the referee. So we'll have a goal line dropout. They were so close there, Sedbergh. But Billy Burkett just held up. It's a goal line dropout, Wellington College. But again, another position from which it is going to be so hard to make real ground.
Time off. Okay. Time's off. Captain. Captain. Just captain a second. Just Warwickshire a second, please.
Just having a little chat with the ref is Will Wooten, who's taken over as the skipper from Ben Redshaw after Redshaw's little knock.
Behind, please. Behind.
Taylor then launches the dropout. Kane James has it, doesn't decide to run this time. Instead, they move it wide. Gresswell takes it in.
It's a maul.
Referee calls maul.
Okay, yeah, correct.
So again, a reprieve for Wellington College, who are having to do so much hard work in defence. It is so difficult to escape. But at the moment, they are finding ways of just surviving this wave after wave of Sedbergh attacking energy.
25.
8 points behind, 12 minutes to go. Can they find a way of getting some territory? History of this game suggests at some point they might well do.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Stay in. Stop now.
Ball at the tail. That was a really strong scrum actually from Sedbergh, but Wellington College have done well to get it out. Harrison Hall takes it into contact. Taylor under so much pressure, but took brilliantly well to get the ball away to his vice captain Frampton.
No, Brown.
Some touches of real class from Taylor this evening, not least from his boot.
Show the ball. He's hitting the ball straight away.
Glover, athletic turnover from the man who scored the opening try of the game for Sedbergh. Gresswell takes it in, started at 6 against Whitgift, comes off the bench here against Wellington College and making an impact as Burton, who scored a hat-trick in that game against Whitgift, gets on the charge, gives it this time to Billy Burkitt, who goes close. Kane James, the try scorer. Wooten demanding that his players get together, the forwards moving forward on the charge. Wooten wants them to take responsibility here as they edge towards that try line. Wellington College swarming around it. Ball squirts loose though. Wellington College have it, do they? No, Sedbergh now have their hands on. Referee, I think, is blindsided. He's going to have a chat with his TMO, not his TMO, his touch judge. I'm not sure what's happened. Hopefully one of them is.
Just diving the ball.
Ball came squirting out.
Okay. So your players diving the ball, then replaced it. No try, double movement.
No try, double movement. Penalty to Wellington College. And once again, Wellington survive. That's the pattern of the last 5 or 10 minutes.
7 minutes to go.
7 minutes to go, says the referee.
Go. Well, it's on.
We see it here, the ball squirted out the side of this. And I think Glover then dives on it. It might not be Glover actually, it's someone else in there, dives on it, and then because they're on the floor, having dived on it, they can't make that second movement. It becomes a double movement.
Hey, come on.
Wait. Ball in! Finish it! Ball in! Now!
Play on.
Knocked on at the line out, so it'll be the scrum down. Wellington College ball. There is not a lot of time left now. 8 points, the deficit. Sedbergh could be on track to maintain this unbeaten run in this fixture that stretches back to 2013.
Crouch!
Unless Wellington College can find a way of engineering 2 scores
Bind!
in this last 6 minutes or so.
Set! Okay.
Solid scrum from Wellington. Harrison Hall has the ball, delivers it short and through. Go Wellington College, this could be their opportunity. Luke Anfield into Sedbergh territory for the first time this half for Wellington College. Tidied up by Blackham, but he's not got a lot of space to work with. He's still found a way.
Stop!
Taylor tidies the ball up, it's loose. First opportunity of the second half for Wellington College. Hawker spins through the tackle. Josh Harbour tries to slow it down, but he's cleared out. Jonty Moraes. Will Springett has come on, performed in the second 15 game earlier, now on for the first 15 for Wellington College. So too, Joseph Pym on the carry there. Moraes takes it in.
Stay.
Sedbergh's defence is back into shape now. Taylor tries to chip over it, but it's gathered by Charlie Turnbull. In fact, it's gathered by Archie Ivans, and a high tackle means a penalty to Sedbergh. And is that the chance that Wellington College needed that's just gone begging? Anfield did so well and then fed the kick through. Frampton got on the chase. But Josh Harbour, sorry, Wilbur Blackham rather, tidying up, managing to escape, and Sedbergh maintain that 8-point lead.
Hands back on.
But that's a sign of just how quickly this game can turn on its head. A first attacking chance from Wellington College, and they got way up the field, didn't they? Penalty doesn't go into touch either, so Wellington with another chance to counter, Springett on that far side. Loose pass, but it finds Harrison Hall, who finds Frampton, and Frampton, well, we've seen what he can do with the ball in hand, and now a fire. Tries to go around the outside, keeps the ball alive really well, and Frampton gets a second touch. And now Moraes, tidied up there by Taylor.
No.
Competition on the floor from Sedbergh, but the referee says to leave it alone.
Put him down, thank you.
Through they go, Pym now has the ball, out to Springett. Springett having a little go around the outside, is he? Oh, great tackle from Burton. Well, we all know about the attacking prowess of Tom Burton, but we see the defensive side of his game there. A proper tackle that on Will Springett. Last line of defence. And that is a key intervention from the fullback for Sedbergh.
Okay, yeah, in we come.
Just over 3 minutes to go. Line out Sedbergh, safely collected.
First man sack, Beagle. Onside, please. Use.
8 points, Sedbergh lead. 3 minutes to go.
No. Thank you. Good listening.
Wootton looks as though he's going to shake to box kick this one away.
Yeah.
And does, uses the left peg. Gets good distance. Gathered by Springett though, it was a good chase by Blackham.
Yeah.
Hawker plays scrum half. Ball spilled backwards. But crucially, Wellington College still have it and have the penalty. No release from Sedbergh.
You're fine, he's not.
They go quick through Elrington, do they? No. Referee calls them back. Eckersall, I do apologise. Elrington was playing in the second 15 game. Harry Eckersall at scrum half for Wellington College here in the first team game. Rory Taylor goes to the corner.
Comes to me, end of the line. Mark, end of the line's yours.
They're up to about the 22.
Here we come.
Wellington College.
Ed, come on.
Referee wants them in the line out. Line out is safely brought down.
front.
Play a bit of a trick move, and Ralph Hawker, the vice-captain, goes flying forwards.
Advantage. On his hands.
Wellington College playing with advantage. Taylor has a go himself.
You've got the advantage, 9.
Gets the ball away. Harrison Hall now moves it wide. Frampton, well tackled.
9, you are playing with the advantage.
Taylor again. Goes short to Anfield. Anfield to Hawker again. Tackles flying in here. Taylor
Thank you.
goes
No,
short.
coming back.
Ball spilled. Will come back for the penalty. Under a minute left.
Winger's gone on his
Wellington
hands,
need
back
2
on the
scores.
On the line.
So Taylor goes quick to Hawker. Oh, big shot comes in on Hawker.
Stay.
Pym
Roll.
carries hard. Taylor fizzes it out to Harrison Hall. Harrison Hall's going to take this one in himself. He's got a great offload if he can get it away, but Sedbergh wrap him up.
Stay.
Taylor goes short, has a go himself, gets half through the tackle.
No, no. Not out. Time advantage.
Burton comes around the side. Advantage again to Wellington College. Sedbergh may not care though, because by our clock we're past the 70-minute mark. Frampton
No advantage.
slots it through. No advantage, says the referee, so we come back for the penalty. But I've got a feeling this is the last play of the game,
9. No more
and
in
that
this
one
area,
way or
please.
another,
No more in here.
Sedbergh are winning. I could be wrong about that. So we'll see how it plays out. Hawker goes short off Taylor. Penalty Sedbergh. And it's the substitute, Archie Ivans, getting over the ball. And surely, that is going to be that. Josh Harbour saying he's going to tap it and kick it out. We are going to be all over here. Sedbergh
Go tap first.
are going to get the win. They extend the run that's been going since 2013. A magnificent second half performance from Sedbergh. 21 points to 13. It was oh so difficult out there. The wind was howling, the rain was teeming down, but Sedbergh School find a way. Despite all the injuries, despite all the stoppages, despite all the conditions, 2 second half tries turn this one around from 13-14 behind at the half-time break, or rather from 13-7 behind, to a 21 points to 13 lead. Sedbergh School, relentless. Wellington College, though, with one of their greatest performances of the season here against Sedbergh. They were hurt by a tough result at Clifton the other week, and they came with a point to prove. And even in defeat, they proved that point. The game all began though with that Ollie Glover try from close range for a 7-0 lead, but a Taylor penalty closed it to 7-3, and when Wilf Morris went across just there, Wellington College were 8-7 in front. Taylor landed the conversion for 10-7 and extended it to 13 with another penalty. But then early on in the second half, Luke Parry got across the try line, showing real strength, and Josh Harbour, who took over kicking duties from the injured skipper Ben Redshaw, landed a crucial touchline conversion to nudge Sedbergh into the lead, 14 points to 13. And then, well, if ever a man deserved a try, it was this final try of the game. Kane James, the Sedbergh number 8, who was just abrasive and physical and dominant in the carry all day long, and you see how much it meant to him there. Shame he missed the ball on the attempt to punch it, but you know, you can't have everything. A wonderful performance from Kane James. Josh Harbour added the extras for a 21 points to 13 lead. And that lead was to stay the same throughout the game. Sedbergh School earning victory. It was a thrilling 32-all draw last year. It wasn't quite a draw this year, but I'll tell you what, it was another absolute cracker of a game here at Broadstreet RFC. It never lets us down. A huge thank you to all of those sponsors that came together to get these two games on the live stream here on Next Gen 15, to Limitless, to the Student Sport Company, to Return to Play, and to Coach Logic. Huge thanks to them for coming together alongside Wellington College and Sedbergh for finding a way to get this one onto your screens tonight. It's been an absolute treat here at Broadstreet RFC. Sedbergh School then moved to second place in the schools championship table, just a point behind Millfield after Millfield's exceptional victory against Whitgift on Saturday. Sedbergh School with a wonderful performance. And there's just time to remind you of some huge events coming up here on Next Gen 15 over the course of the next few days. Tomorrow we're down in Sussex for Seaford College against Hurstpierpoint College, the Sussex derby. It's going to be an absolute cracker, that one. 2:15 kickoff, that. And then on Saturday we head to Clifton College for a 2:20 p.m. kickoff against Irish Schools Rugby giants Blackrock College. It is going to be a very, very special occasion, that one. We cannot wait for you to come and join us. But here at Broadstreet RFC, it all ends up Sedbergh 21, Wellington College 13.
Introducing Next Gen 15, the new home of school rugby.
Well, where does this come from?
Covering everything the school game has to offer in both the north and southern hemispheres.
What a great tackle! It's not good enough. 1-2, skip a few and with the wheels.
Highlighting tomorrow's stars, Next Gen 15 will be bringing you live games and a regular update of all the news and in-depth views on the global game.
What a kick!
Where did he come from and how did that happen?
All your school rugby, all in one place. This is Next Gen 15.